vayan todos. Oh, oh, que se vayan todos, que no quede ni uno solo. Oh, que se vayan todos. Oh, oh, que se vayan todos, que no quede ni uno solo. Oh, que se vayan todos. Oh, oh, que se vayan todos, que no quede ni uno solo. Oh, que se vayan todos. Oh, oh, que se vayan todos, que no quede ni uno solo. Oh, que se vayan todos. Oh, oh, que se vayan todos, que no quede ni uno solo. Unemployed workers of Buenos Aires, Solano, MPD Solano. He's what the media calls a piquetera. And this is my friend Joseph, whose last name is Hanna. Who's been doing a lot of translation and support work for us. We've been on tour since November 21st. We started off in Montreal and we've been touring all the way down to Miami, and tonight we're going to the SOA, and that's where the tour ends, hopefully. So what we're going to do now is a little bit of a puppet show that was built in Buenos Aires in the month of February with two brilliant puppet Italian artists who came to help us with that. We built it out of garbage, basically out of the streets of Buenos Aires, and we've been touring it internationally since then. We've toured across the East Coast here and in Europe too a little bit. So I'll start the show, and then the way we've been working it out is that once the show is over, Nika is available to answer questions, we can share comments and have a little talk. That's the way the show was built too. Once the show was built, we took it to different communities and opened up a discussion at the end, and then we took in a lot of feedback, and we redid the text of the show based on the feedback that we got. So soon after, almost immediately after the show starts, I'll ask History to come in. That's the two of you with that big backdrop. Oh, que se vayan todos. Oh, oh, que se vayan todos, que no queden ni uno solo. This is Elvira, and this is Elvira too. Until not long ago, Elvira was working at a steel factory, but the steel factory closed, like so many factories in the country. Since then, Elvira has been forced to walk the streets of Buenos Aires gathering cardboard. She gets paid a few cents for every pound of cardboard that she picks up, but with that little money, she can buy a little bit of food for her family. Along with Elvira, there's 9,000 people walking the streets of Buenos Aires every night. In 1975, 10% of the population lived under the poverty line. Today, it's almost 60%. How did we get there? We need to see a little bit of history. Acerrín, acerrán, los maderos de San Juan piden pan, no les dan, piden queso, les dan hueso y les cortan el pescuezo. Acerrín, acerrán, los maderos de San Juan. In 1959, Cuba was on fire. Glowing embers spread throughout the continent, hitting Nicaragua, El Salvador, Guatemala, Peru, Brazil, Chile, Uruguay, and Argentina. Piden pan, no les dan. In the 60s and 70s, the guerrilla organization, the peaceful organizers, and the union leaders rose up to fight against the green, hungry dragon. Piden queso, les dan hueso. In 1973, the Argentinians did not trust themselves, and they called for St. George. They yelled, "St. George, come help us slay the green, hungry dragon." But instead of St. George, they got San Juan Domingo Perón, and his sword was not pointing up, it was pointing down. Y les cortan el pescuezo. In 1976, the dragon sent his 3 magi. No. What did he send? He sent his 3 wise men. No, they were not wise. Wait. He sent his 3 generals. He sent his 3 generals to impose the external debt. They left an empty table. In the 220 concentration camps of the dictatorship, 30,000 union leaders, community activists, and artists were disappeared. In 1977, the mothers of Argentina liberated themselves from the darkness of terror and filled with light the Plaza de Mayo. In 1982, Galtieri, a drunken general, graduate of the U.S. Army School of the Americas, felt that his podium was trembling. He didn't know if it was because of the whiskey he had been drinking that morning or because of the general strike the workers had just declared on him. In any case, he decided to start a patriotic war against Margaret Thatcher, an Iron woman, intimate friend of the dragon. It was a fatal mistake. Very, very bad mistake. Bueno, history, you'll have another turn. You can go back and then I'll ask you to come in and just see. Mira. What? There's a box here. Oh, tell me where it come from. Let's see. Well, it's from the government. It says food help for the family. If in your home there's 1, 2, 3, or 4 people, oh, but in my home there's 9 with the baby that was born last week. Don't you worry. In that case, they're also going to give you a bag with fruits and veggies. Oh, I love fruits and veggies. Let's see what's in there. Okay, get out. Come and see it, Vida. Whoa, there's all kinds of stuff in there. Get them out. Okay. See, milk, 1 bottle. Rice, 1 box. Sugar, 1 box. Pasta, 1 box. Flour, another box. Milk in a box. Fish in a can. And yerba for our mate. It's not much, but it's a lot better than nothing. But the government took the food away to pay for the external debt. We got our first bag of food in a piquete, in a road blockade. We blocked the the highways to open the roads. Thanks to the struggle, our kids are not malnourished. We want the food back now.
The government gives to you, the government might take away from you. So we need a different alternative here.
Pero Elvira,
What?
we need to see a little bit more of history.
Oh, history, come back, please.
Yo te hago una señal de que estamos una.
I'm an amateur.
Very good. In Argentina, don't laugh at him if you want to do it again. In Argentina, the three magi turned into King Herod and slain 30,000 innocent people. Alfonsín, the first president to be elected after the dictatorship, realized that nobody could say no to King Herod. So he pardoned all of the military, judging only the three magi and a little bit. And he continued with the economic policy of the dictatorship. Menem, the second president to be elected after the dictatorship, had time to read the Bible. So he noticed that the justice of humankind could not touch King Herod. So he liberated all of the military. At this point, we had paid for the external debt 3 times already. In Argentina, the dragon changed his guns for a briefcase. And Menem, in order to keep some of the crumbs of the cake, gave away all of our national wealth. For 10 cents, he gave away the oil industry. For 5 cents, he gave away the national airline. For 3 cents, he gave all of our natural gas to Enron. And for 1 cent, he even gave away the zoo. It was a fabulous birthday party for the dragon, and he got lots of presents. Que los cumplas feliz, que los cumplas feliz. Te deseamos feliz cumpleaños, pero queremos pastel. But the birthday boy realized that the work that was being done by 10 Argentinians could be done by 1, or by the Chinese if they were super exploited. In this way, he left without a job almost 26% of the population. All right, Joseph. But mid-90s, the piqueteras and piqueteros, the unemployed workers of Argentina, decided to ruin the birthday party of the boy. And by burning tires and setting barricades, they stopped the flow of merchandise. But the birthday boy, always resourceful, realized that he could continue with his party abroad. So he orchestrated a massive exodus of capital. By the time the population realized what was going on, it was too late. The government had frozen all the bank's accounts, imposing the infamous corralito. History, thank you. Don't go too far. One more. Once there was a factory. It was called Sanon. The workers of Sanon produced tiles. The factory was about to close, and the workers did not want to go back home to unemployment, so they decided to recuperate the factory. Once there was another factory. It was called Brookman. The workers of Brookman, most of them women, produced suits. One day, the owner of Brookman decided he had been working way too long.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm gonna go take a nap.
We waited and waited and waited and waited and waited for the owner to come back and pay us our salary. But they never did, so we decided to recuperate the factory, but we do not know what to do. Start production. Of course, we should have thought about that before. What do we know how to do? Oh, yeah. We can make some nice little suits here and just hang them from someplace where they're kind of visible. This action inspired another factory, and this factory also became under workers' control, and another, until right now there's almost 200 factories under workers' control with 9,000 people making a living out of them. But the owner of Brookman woke up from his nap.
Oh, look at this! These are beautiful suits! Much better than the ones they were making for me. This is not fair.
The factory's mine. I want the factory back. Help! Police! Ready? Aim! Fire!
Oh, what's going on here? Why are there so many cops here? Why are there so many cops? There's many more than in Miami yesterday. Oh, please, neighbor, go get the popular assemblies. We are getting violently evicted here. Oh, no, I'm gonna get the assemblies here. Hey, assemblies, wake up. You gotta go and do a road blockade. Oh, here we go. We are gonna come too. I gotta get the piqueteros too.
Piquetero, carajo, piquetero, carajo, piquetero, carajo. We are not moving out of here until all the workers are released.
So, we were on that road blockade for a long time. But finally, the police had to let go of the workers. And we started production again. But soon after that, they came back. 7,000 of us resisted on the streets, but we were violently evicted anyway. But 2 weeks ago, the justice system finally had to give us control of the factory once more. Could you clap your hands in support for this, please?
So, now we're gonna get serious here and see a little bit of economic history. Okay. So I'm going to tell you the story of my piggy bank, of my chanchito. There's very few of us. This is a participatory, thank you, part of the show, so I need you to sing along with me. It's a very easy song, see? Very easy, trust me. It goes like this. There was a chanchito who hated the banks. There was a chanchito who hated the banks. Rata blanc, who hated the banks. Let's try that again. Rotoplan doesn't mean anything, so we can relax about that part also. And we can sing really strongly the other part. There was a chanchito who hated the banks. There was a chanchito who hated the banks. Rataplan, who hated the banks. Beautiful. For decades and decades and decades, the Argentinians saved the fruits of our efforts in our loyal chanchito. And we were grateful to it the day that the Menem government stole the savings of all of our neighbors. Second song, get ready. Our grandma and grandpa took care of the chanchito. Our grandma and grandpa took care of the chanchito. Rataplan. Took care of the chanchito. Our grandparents told us that if we saved and saved and saved, eventually we would be able to buy our own little home. But with inflation so high and the IMF policies shattering our salaries, we were never able to reach that dream. Un peso, un dólar. Un peso, un dólar. Un peso, un dólar. Un peso, un dólar. Pressed by foreign interests, the government talked us into the benefits of pegging the peso to the dollar. Un peso, un dólar. Un peso, un dólar. Un peso, un dólar. We ended up buying our little home with a mortgage credit in dollars. The times are quite dark. We broke the chanchito. The times are quite dark. We broke the chanchito. Rataplan. We broke the chanchito. With unemployment so high, the neighborhood started feeling quite unsafe, so we freaked out and we ended up breaking our loyal chanchito. Let's go to the banks so they can screw it over. Let's go to the banks so they can screw us over. Rataplan. So they can screw us over. So the chanchito laid a curse on us because we broke it and it was really angry. And we went ahead and we deposited all of our money in the banks, safe and backed by the feds. Those treacherous banks, they stole all of our money. Those treacherous banks, they stole all of our money. Rataplan. They stole all of our money. When faced with that massive exodus of capital, the banks that were neither loyal nor ours changed all of our money into painted paper. Money can fly, but chanchitos can't. Money can fly, but chanchitos can't. Rataplan, but chanchitos can't. So now they're telling us that they will give us our money back the days that pigs learn how to fly. And on top of that, they're going to keep our little home because of that mortgage credit. So the chanchitos attack all of the banks. So the chanchitos attack all of the banks. Rataplan. Attack all of the banks. History, that will be all for today. Thank you very much.
We didn't have a job anymore. The middle class lost all of their savings, and there were some sporadic lootings. The De la Rua government, the president, declared martial law, state of siege.
Between December 19 and 20, 2001, hundreds and thousands of people took to the streets of Buenos Aires and other major cities. There were no political parties, there were no unions, there were no churches on those plazas. The sound of the cacerolas, of the banging on pots and pans, could be heard throughout the country. You don't have any cacerolas, but could you please clap your hands in support? December 25 compañeros fell in Plaza de Mayo. 35 fell throughout the country. At 8 p.m. of December 20th, De La Rua, the president, resigned and left. For 1 week, Ramón Puerta was elected president of Argentina. Cacerolas. He resigned. For 1 week, Adolfo Rodríguez Saá was elected president of Argentina. Cacerola. He resigned. For 1 day, from December 31st to January 1st, Eduardo Camaño was elected president of Argentina. Cacerola. He resigned. Here comes the next president, Eduardo Dualde. This man who lost the 1999 election took a little trip to the United States, had a meeting with George W. Bush.
Me gusta, George W. Me gusta, me gusta.
And no surprise, he was elected president of Argentina.
I only do it because the country needs me to.
Who are you? I am Darío. Who are you? I am Elvira. I am Darío. I am 21 years old. I am Darío. I live in the Barrio La Fe. I am Darío. I like to build bricks to make better homes for my compañeros. I am Darío. I like to play with the kids of my neighborhood. I am Darío. On June 26, 2002, I went to a road blockade at the Pueyrredón Bridge.
But what happened at the Pueyrredón Bridge?
Argentine government,
Yes, my lord, yes, my lord.
Argentine government, this country is a fucking mess.
Oh, yes, my lord, you're right.
Argentine government, if you don't stop those road blockades right now, I won't lend you a single cent more.
I'll do whatever I need to, my lord. I'll do whatever I need to.
You'd better. Ah, ah, ah.
You have to stop those road blockades, whatever it takes.
Ah.
Down with the IMF. 5 minutes to clear the bridge. Down with the IMF. Clear the bridge now. Ready, aim, fire. Ready, aim, fire. But the work of those that fall in the struggle is picked up by thousands of compañeros every day. Organic gardens. Popular assembly and direct democracy. Bread stores and soup kitchens. Working groups. Cup of milk for the children.